start with hello.
Okay. It's me.
Hello everyone, we're Con and James and welcome back to our channel.
And as you can see today, we are proudly South African. And today we're going to do the South African YouTuber tag.
So I recently saw this tag over on Fantomdan's channel, but it was originally done by Kharla Williams, Miss Carlington, and her friend Dewald. So let's have a little fun.
Okay. So, your favourite South African food?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna do savoury and sweet.
Okay.
I'll say my favourite savoury food would be biltong. And as far as sweets go, it would have to be a cook sister. I love a good crunchy cook sister.
Okay.
How about you?
I also really like biltong. And my favourite, I don't know if they do this anywhere else, but a milk tart.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do milk tarts anywhere
No, I
else.
think that's traditionally South African.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good milk tart.
Who is your favourite South African artist?
I have quite a few, but at the moment, Jimmy Nevis.
I would say go with
Yeah.
Davis. I would say for me, definitely Beatenberg. I
Yes.
think they're just unlike anything else on the South African scene right now, and they're actually doing so well. They recently performed with Mumford & Sons and Baba Mal when they were here in Cape Town, and they were just absolutely phenomenal. They, to me, are almost like a Johnny Clegg for our generation. I think it's quite cool.
Yeah, and they've got that whole African vibe going on.
They
as well,
which is
is
simply
nice.
that undercurrent going, which is
Yes.
very, very cool.
Your favourite South African holiday spot?
That's unfair because I would say Cape Town, but I live in Cape Town. That's not exactly a South African holiday spot for me then. I would then go with the garden route because the weather's pretty much perfect there all year round. Like Knysna, Mossel Bay, those places. Very, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, Cape Town would be mine as well, if it wasn't that I stayed here now.
You might still
But-
get away with it because you're a recent Cape Townian.
Yes. So I'm going to say Cape Town.
What emotion best describes South Africa for you?
Joy, and there's a bit of frustration every now and again in South Africa, but overall joy.
I would go with Ubuntu, though that's not technically an emotion, but togetherness. I think South Africa certainly does have its problems, but any country does. But I think when it comes down to it and really matters, we do stand together. So I do think there's a bit of love, Ubuntu, joy, like James said.
Yes. Your favourite South African YouTuber?
I think I could possibly answer this for both of us. If I say Suzelle DIY.
Yes.
She is just absolutely hilarious. I think she has kind of set the standard for South African YouTubers.
She has.
And she is just blown up. And then I think personally my favourite has to be Marianne.
The dog. What's his name?
Bucky's.
Bucky's.
I think the Valentine's Day video
Oh, that was
is a
hilarious.
personal favourite. What would you say is the worst thing about South Africa?
I would say that it's people giving South Africa a bad name. So yes, every country has its problems, but I don't know, ours just seem to be exaggerated sometimes.
For me, I would go with crime. Every country has crime once again, but lately it does feel like crime has definitely spiked, so that for me would definitely be the worst thing about our country.
Yeah.
You can only hope that it gets better in the future. Like I say, no country's without its growing pains, so.
What is your favourite thing about South Africa?
I would say I love the diversity of cultures here in South Africa, and also just in terms of weather and what's to offer. if you compare Joburg, Durban, and Durban to Cape Town, there's a little bit of everything. You've got the beach, you've got the mountains, you've got the forest, you've got the winelands. I think we're just really spoiled for choice in terms of where we can go and what we can do.
I would agree with you as well. But the views and the sunsets here are amazing. That's my favorite thing.
What would you say is the coolest thing about your town?
The people, I think. People always say that Cape Townians are very cliquey. They are not. They're very friendly. You go to the shops here, people are like, hi, how are you? Have a good day. And yours?
I would say Table Mountain.
Yes.
Gorgeous, gorgeous piece of rock in the middle of Cape Town. And the views from up there, you can see for days. As you saw recently from our trip up Table Mountain, it's absolutely gorgeous. So nothing better on a nice, clear, sunny day than to take a trip up Table Mountain.
So why should people visit South Africa?
Wow, I think that's just once again because there's so much to see and so much to do, such a rich culture to experience, and you're absolutely spoiled for choice.
Definitely, I don't have much more to say except that.
And lastly, why isn't there any lions in your background?
Well, we live in a residential area, so if there were lions, it would not be a residential area.
And contrary to popular belief, lions don't simply roam around the streets of South Africa. No, this is not deepest, darkest Africa. But speaking about lions, I recently travelled to Hoedspruit for work, and I was very fortunate to go on a game drive while I was there. And I actually got to see a couple of lions feeding that evening, and it was such an awesome experience. So here's a bit of footage from that game drive.
Ah, 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 ah,
So that's a wrap on this week's video. If you guys liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please remember to click the subscribe button. And please let us know in the comment section below what tag you would like to see us do next. We would very much like to interact with all of you.
So until next time,
Salam.